guys, what is up? And we are back in ARK Survival Evolved, and today we're showing off the beauty of this monstrosity. Everybody say hello to your friendly neighborhood Mosasaurus, because boys and girls, he has been added into the game in this most recent update. And instead of doing an update video, because the other biggest thing that was added was breeding, and that's an entire process. That's probably, I'm going to show that off in the series. I think that'll do it more justice, but something like a dinosaur and something as beastly as this dinosaur deserves to be shown off in its own dedicated episode. So why don't we go ahead and begin doing that? We will begin by just taking a look at his stats. So level 6 Mosasaurus has 4,000 health, 400 stamina, he has 10,000 base food, 1,326 weight, which is the most ridiculous part. This is by far the most weight I've ever seen on any animal, except maybe the Quetzalcoatl? I don't know. But 273% melee damage. We'll have to put that into perspective by attacking some things in the deep sea. 100 movement speed and over 4,000 torpor. So it's going to take, you're going to need a nice little crew if you're planning on taming this guy, because it's the deep sea, so you're going to be definitely wanting to use crossbows. That's actually the only way you'll really be able to do it. You can't shoot bows or anything underwater, at least compound bow maybe? I've never really used the compound bow, so I don't know, but you're definitely going to be wanting crossbows. You're going to want a lot of narcotic, because this narcotic goes down pretty fast too. I don't remember the exact number, but I think like people were saying you want hundreds of narcotics, potentially even over 1,000, because of how long and also how quickly his torpor goes down. So to put some things into perspective, let's take a peek at those saddles. So as you can see here, we got the two Mosasaurus saddles. We have the default saddle, which is just kind of what we're showing off here, and the default saddle is nothing to joke around with. 800 hide, 600 fiber, okay, respectable. 140 cementing paste, it's pretty solid. 100 silica pearls, okay. 400 metal ingots. So if you even want to ride this creature of the deep, you're going to be wanting a good amount of stuff. And if we go ahead and take a peek at around what level it is unlocked, we will be able to see that, where is it? I saw it here earlier. How did I lose it already? I know it's up here with the higher level stuff. There it is, Mosasaurus. It's up there with scuba leggings and plesiosaur platform saddles, so I want to say it's like level 75 or 70. One of the two for sure. So it's definitely a high level saddle. And then if you want to do the next step up, which is the platform saddle, that's going to require level 85. So this is the most expensive, or the most high level item in the game currently, is the saddle for this guy. And if we take a peek at what it requires, this is my genuine reaction. I've yet to actually see what it requires. Oh my god. 960 hide, 720 fiber, okay. 180 cementing paste, alright. 320 silica pearls, a little bit of deep sea adventuring to get that. 1,200 metal ingots, GG no re. You guys are going to have a fun time getting the materials for this and taming this, but by far, this is a very long, tedious, and rewarding tame though, because what you get out of this is absolutely insane. You can already see it. This is why I had him next to my plesiosaur, is so you could get a general kind of size comparison and see what we're dealing with here size wise. So if we can go ahead and compare the two a little bit more side by side, you guys will truly see how insane this thing is. And he's not really built for shallow water, as you guys can probably see. He gets stuck pretty easily. I actually had to spawn in another one over there, and he was stuck in the shallow water, and I had to kill him and get a new one, because that's how insane this is. Alright, so let's pull him up right next to our plesiosaur here. And as you can see, not directly next to each other, but size-wise, I'd say maybe a third longer than the plesiosaur. Thickness-wise, huge compared to the plesio. Like, he's got a big tummy, and speed-wise, I think he's going to be slower than the plesio. He's not the fastest animal of the sea, but still definitely respectable. Now, another size comparison I want to check out is the platform saddles. So let's replace those two. Let's hop on his back, and as you can see, you get a massive playground to build with on this guy. I think this might be bigger than the Bronto by the looks of this. What is this? This is going to be, this gives you room for at least a 4 wide base, potentially 5 if you stretch it across the, or stretch it out over the edge. And then lengthwise, you have a lot of room as well. So just to give you guys a sense of perspective, that's me on the back of this thing. And then you can kind of see the plesiosaur next to it. It's definitely wider and longer, and rightfully so, because this guy's a beast. And that's what you get. You can have a true underwater base. Like the plesio, that's a cool underwater base. Now you have way more room to work with, probably more carrying capacity to work with, and in general, just the capabilities to have something 20 times more intimidating. So you guys really are, in for a treat. But to show you guys how awesome he is, we'll take this off just for a sec. He's actually about to level up, so we could give you a quick peek into some of his other things. Let's throw his normal saddle on, and so you can just take a look at how epic this guy looks, because that's what you guys got to see, at least in my opinion. Because no, I want you to go up to the surface here. There you go. Look at the way he slithers like a snake. It is just, I don't even know, but you can see, get that beautiful view of this sea monster, because that's really what this guy is. As intimidating as hell as he might be, he's a sea monster at heart. And just look at that intimidation. He kind of looks like a crocodile when he swims. Crazy. Just slithering about. Look at that. I love it, how fluid it is. Now, that's enough jerking around with how good or amazing he seems. There's a shark that's trying to challenge our dominance. Let's teach him what's up. How quickly can we hit him? 1, 2, 3 hits, and we were able to kill a level 10 Megalodon. And already off the bat, we got ourselves some level ups. So, let's just level up his health, see what goes up there. I'm guessing, oh, no way. Usually health goes up by 10% with most animals. That's not the case with the Mosasaurus. It goes up by 1,000. Holy sh! So I think it goes up by 25% of your base health, because how much it goes up by is based off of percentages. And this is a very low level Mosasaurus, only level 6. And it's going up by 25%. He starts with 4,000. It went up by 1,000. If you get something like a level 30 Mosasaurus, imagine how much higher that'll be. If you get something over 100, you're going to have the king of the sea. That's what you're going to have on your hands. He's getting pretty hungry, so might as well feed on the shark. And as you can see, he's munches away the entirety of that shark in, what, 2 hits? Mosasaur don't care. Mosasaur don't care. Look at this guy. He'll eat you. He'll eat your mama up. Anyways, besides that, any other challengers coming for the sea? Because, I mean, you guys can get a feel for his speed here. Just kind of how quickly he's able to traverse. Pretty quick, just gigantic, though. I seriously can't get over how big he is. And if we could get ourselves a couple more challengers here, I wouldn't mind teaching these sharks a lesson or two, because they're in the wrong sea, because this is now our sea, and I do also want to level up a couple of our other stats, such as see how much melee damage goes up by, and whatnot. We actually have 2 sharks here trying to come and challenge us. Able to kill that guy in even less. That was like 2 hits, I think. Let's see, this guy, yeah, he died very quickly as well. And just getting easy XP. Alright, so if we up his melee damage, goes up by 27%, so about 10%, pretty standard there. If we up his weight, goes up by 50. I don't really know the weight statistics, but that's pretty average. Food, I mean, it doesn't really seem like anything too insane. Let's continue our hunting season a little bit here. Potentially go down, let's go down a little bit deeper. I have infinite stats enabled, so I'm not going to drown, so we could head on down here and see if we find anything. And what is this? Just another shark. Another victim, and we can see with our improved melee damage, we're able to just start 2-hitting sharks. And sharks, don't you remember the early ARK days when sharks were so intimidating? And now you have these absolute monsters of the sea, like the plesiosaur, and then this guy. This is not something you want to mess with. And this guy, the Mosasaurus, you have to work really hard to get him, because just for the saddles, that's an insane amount of work. For the actual taming of them, that's going to be a lot of work. Have fun getting 4,000. And this is a low level too, keep that in mind. So 4,000 Topor on a low level guy like this, that's going to be interesting. And then the amount of narcotics is going to scale with how much Topor goes up to. So it's an investment or two. Okay, this guy's trying to fight our dominance. Let's just make quick work of him. And you can just see we're eating everything that comes our way. And health-wise, we've taken a little bit of damage, but we've been attacked by a bombardment of sharks, and we've barely leveled him up. We could, if we continue doing health, he will hit 5 digits very quickly, and potentially, if you have a high enough level Mosasaurus to begin with, you can hit 6-digit numbers with health, and that's pretty realistic, which is absolutely horrifying when you think about it. So let's take a look at his movement speed. Goes up by 2.5%, nothing crazy, and stamina goes up by 40. So really, what I would say is the best thing if you want to capitalize upon his ability is you want to up the health of this guy, because you're also going to be building a base on his back. You have to keep that in mind. That's also why weight's good, and the fact it goes up by 50% is pretty solid. But unless your base is really starting to stretch it with what exactly you're building, I would highly recommend going up in health, because what that health is able to do to go up by that high, like I haven't seen many that go up by that much. I don't think the Plesio does. Quote me if I'm, or correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I need to get me one of these. This is just like, this is bragging rights. If you own one of these in your server, it's game over. Like if you find someone out in the sea, they're dead. They're dead, especially once you level this guy up. Like I'm just gonna go ahead, kill a couple more of these sharks, hopefully get a level here, show you guys, and then just start upping that health even more. Like you could, if you want him to be a battle mount, you don't even have to throw a base on his back. He'll be one of the most horrifying creatures of the sea, turn into an absolute tank with that health, and then you can do melee damage as well. Or like I said, if you're doing a base, I'd suggest doing health and weight, and really just, you're not gonna have to worry about this base dying because he'll be able to fight off most things. And like I showed you guys here, I'll actually swap out the platforms to just give you another quick look. Platform saddle gives a little bit less armor as well, so it's actually better if you're going into the deep sea. Oh my god. Yeah, we have messed up. Okay, the Plesio, you better come and save the day. Let's watch him attack in the wild. Look at that. Even if you leave him on neutral, doesn't matter. He'll mess up your day just as well. But if you are going to be fighting with them, I would recommend keeping the Mosasaurus saddle. It does have about 3 more armor. Nothing insane, but every stat counts, so might as well. And with something like armor, that's going to keep you alive longer. And definitely a prized possession like this, you want to do everything in your hands to keep alive. But here you can see it with the platform on its back, and quite the intimidating thing. I would build on the back of this, but everyone, it's just another platform. What I build on the back of it isn't going to be different. Everyone's seen it before on the Plesio, on the Bronto. It's just showing off specifically how it is cool though, and how big you can build. But now, imagine you built a house, you know, built a house by the beach, and you're just like, oh, you know, this is such a nice view, and you're one of the more powerful people on the server, but you haven't quite tamed a Mosasaurus yet. And then one of these things emerge from the water with turrets all over, an entire base, everything, start raining hell. You can't kill this fort. You know, you send your sharks in. Doesn't matter. This thing makes easy work of those. This is insane, and this is, you know, this is the king of dinos right now by far. So I'm super excited to try and go after this guy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it alone. I'm definitely going to have to recruit some help if I want to do it in my multiplayer series. And all I know is I'm definitely going to want some help, because this is amazing. So let me know what you guys think of the Mosasaurus, because I am insanely excited about this guy. Just it cracks a smile on my face when they add these insanely powerful dinosaurs, because it's a thing of awe to see these things just do work. And I can't wait. Just imagine though when they add stronger dinos than this. I don't know, but for now I'm perfectly happy with this beast of a dinosaur, and hopefully you guys are as well. Let me know in the comment section what you think of him. He's actually, the ichthyosaurs are coming, little dolphins. They're coming and feeding on him, cleaning off his blood, brushing his teeth, but actually morphing right through him. That's about gonna do it for me. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section down below. I always want to hear what you guys have to say, and I always read those comments down there. If you could leave a like as well, that's awesome, because if you guys are excited, hit that like, because that's how I know that you're excited, that you're leaving a comment and that you're liking the video, because my hands are shaking, This is awesome. Seriously, I get this huge smile on my face whenever we talk about new dinosaurs. But that's enough mumbling from me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Thank you guys so much for watching the video as always, and hopefully see you in the next one.